does to the screen is pretty ridiculous. Like,
I mean, I don't disagree. I also rate it pretty highly, but I don't know. I could think of a couple of assists I think are a bit better.
It's just, I just think that it has like the versatility, like its versatility is kind of like off the charts, you know, just due to the fact of how long it lasts.
Nah, I feel
and
you.
It is reflectable.
It is a very active assist.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the reflection, like it being reflectable, is like one thing. You can look at it as a weakness, but then it also becomes a mind game. It's like, yeah, you can go ahead and reflect this if you want to.
Exactly.
Then I'll just do this.
Yeah, exactly. That's like a mental trap. Like those assists that you can reflect, like, you know, like Vegito and like, you know, Janemba A. It's like that's just part of the mind game.
And Janemba A assist is so good. I'm glad more people are playing that character and realizing, hold on, Janemba is really good, and this A assist is also really, really good.
That A assist, bro, it's kind of toxic, honestly. That tracking, they didn't need to buff the tracking like that.
Oh. PC timing, please. Oh my goodness, I lose my double jump.
That's the PC vibes.
Yeah, I was playing on PlayStation before. It always takes me a couple of games to adjust.
Yeah, that's pretty much why I don't play on PlayStation anymore. It's like the adjustment to me is just too hard.
Nah, I don't blame you. Like when I go back and forth competing in like City Mayhem, like Bums tournament, like I play on PlayStation and on PC, and I always regret it when I jump on PC because I mainly play on console. I'm just like, why did I sign up for this?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Like,
speaking of tough.
And there's literally no like workaround either.
Oh my goodness.
You know, it's not like there's no easy fix. Oh, I'm 5M.
Nice. Oh no.
Ooh, so invincible. Okay, can't move. top tier meaty. Top tier meaty.
Raptor would be so proud of me.
That's just one of those moves where it's like, okay, I get it. I'll stop.
All right. It's your turn.
All right.
Ah.
You really can't blame fellas though, because most times in most situations you are allowed to up tech and move, you know. It's rare.
Yeah, this game has like an answer for everything.
Yeah.
Oh, by hit.
You know what we did recently, and I was very shocked when I did this. Have you recently gone through and looked at everyone's minimum damage on their level 3s?
Yeah, I have a bookmark of a Google document that shows me all that stuff.
Man, I haven't looked at those in a while, and I was actually very surprised by some of the statistics on it.
Yeah, I feel like, because I reference it from time to time in my videos, and I feel like every time I do, because the one I reference the most, as you might imagine, is Trunks, because like people are always like, oh my god, Trunks level 3 does so much damage. I'm like, I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but Trunks is like not even top 20. I think he's like barely top 30. Like,
yeah, I think the confusion comes from the fact that the raw damage is ridiculous.
Right, because when you toss it as an actual command grab, yeah, it's crazy, but
yeah, it's like some of the highest in the game. But it's like I don't know why he's like that, because him and Beers have the same super, and Beers, like, his minimum damage is absurd, whereas Trunks is just like, you know, you get knocked down like 200 points.
Right. And then they also decided to give him the worst level 2 in the game, because why not?
I don't know why they did that.
Oh, but if you whiff the first part, you know, for some reason, I don't know why you do that normally, but
betrayal. But yeah, it's very weird. It's very weird. Like, Trunks is level 2 because on paper, giving him a level 2 is such a genius idea, because I always thought it's unfair that Trunks has to spend so much damage to level 3.
Right.
Like, that is like
And then
character defect.
and when you think about it, they did the exact same thing. It's like, okay, we're gonna give you a level 2, but you basically have to waste this first bar in order to get the decent damage.
It's weird. It's like, that's the weird thing about Arxis. It's like sometimes they do things where it's like, hey, you guys are paying attention, you understand the game. But then it's like, there's always like a caveat.
Oh my goodness. I'm just getting bombarded. This is a character I pray people never figure out.
Ginyu, yeah, he is momentum man.
This is Chaos, the character, bro. He is too dark for this world.
He's neutral and momentum man. You know, one thing that it kind of bugs me, like the superstition about Ginyu, and I still hear this to this day, and I hate that it's on the wiki, is that people say that Ginyu is gimmick. And that really bothers me, because I don't see Ginyu as gimmicky at all. Because there's really, when I think of a gimmick, I think of something like, you know, level 7 Gogeta. You know, if I get this, I win. If I don't, you know, whatever. Whereas Ginyu, I mean, he's just a neutral character.
Right.
And it's like, how do you gimmick neutral?
Just put a bunch of stuff on screen, I guess. Yo, Kirky Kong, thank you for the 26 months.
But it's like, everything he's doing has like, you know, clear-cut, you know, answers and like clear-cut counters, you know?
Yeah, all I know is I'm glad more people don't play him, because this character's damage just keeps getting more and more absurd, and he's
his damage is OD.
And he's one of the hardest characters for me to fight in neutral. So I'm just like, you know, I'm glad he's not super popular.
Damage is OD. It's like literally the only thing he doesn't have is a low, but it's, you know, it's neutral, pressure, you know, block.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need the low. I think if he had a low, it'd just be too much.
Oh yeah, he'd be OD. He'd be OD.
It's already bad enough they made us 5H a low. That's so random.
It is. Not just a low, by the way. Also, it's low invincible, and it's key blast invincible.
And it can cross you up for some reason as well.
And it can cross you up. It's like, for some reason, they just keep buffing it, and no one knows why. Not even us who play him know why. It's just, I think it's just some kind of joke in the Arxis office. Like, what can we do to Ginyu H next time? You know?
There. Oof. This to him isn't a low. It is. We're talking about, when we say not having a low, generally speaking, people are referring to a 2L.
Yeah, 2L, yeah. Because Ginyu, his main low is his his main low is his 2M, and it's among one of the slowest in the game. Like, it's very, very slow. But, you know, it's by design. Because, yeah, if he had a 2L low, he would just be, you know, I would not be one of the only Ginyu players at that point.
MUPC.
Yo, and by the way, I was watching HOC recently, and I wanted to say, like, man, your use of barrier has gotten like really good. I saw one set where, like, I was just like, God damn, I respect that.
Yeah, I felt like I wasn't using it enough, and everyone seems to think so highly of it. I was like, okay, maybe I just don't use this move enough. And
yeah.
I don't know. I think
was definitely impressed.
I think a lot of people are just they just don't respect it at all, or they don't. Because I mean, I don't think well, it depends. As an assist, right? I've never been super high on barrier assist. Like, I use it, I do like it, but it's because of the types of opponents that I usually fight that just don't know how to deal with it. Like, you literally just jump away and you just don't have to worry about it ever.
I think it's kind of, I rate barrier assist high because I feel like it's very anti-DBZ.
Well, yeah, like, that's why I use it. Like, I do think it's good, but like I've also played against players who aren't just brainless, and then I'm just like, well, this is almost useless for me now.
I respect that. I respect that. But I would also argue though that it's forcing that situation. You know, because it kind of turns into like it's a turn stealer at the end of the day, which is very powerful. You know. Ooh, I didn't do that. It's like suddenly -5 is not -5 if you have barrier assist.
Word, you're insane. But yeah, using it in neutral is something I'm getting a lot better at because I've always done like 2-2S plus assist. I don't know, it's only been recently that I've really gotten.
Yeah, I definitely respect that. Like, yeah, like barrier is, man, when it's used right, it's scary. Very scary. I'm getting level 3. Speaking of scary,
Had one of the last level 3s in the game.
yeah, and this is the nerfed version. Remember, they nerfed it a little bit, and it's still scary.
Oh, come on, Lotus. I thought I'd be lower. Goodbye, 18.
Do you ever think back to when 18 could snap you and call 17 and the
Oh, all the time. So during Evo, I was with Dotto and Syriax, and we were at one of Syriax's like relatives' house, and he had a PS5 on it there that had like a fresh install of Dragon Ball, so it didn't have like the current patch, so it was vanilla DBFZ.
My God.
So me being me, I was playing 18 Super Saiyan Vegeta and Trunks, and I was running it, bro. I was snapping everyone left, right, and center, and oh man, it take me back. That was the works, man. The works. Fellas were getting mixed. I damn near cried tears of joy. I was like, I missed this version of the game.
Oh man. But would you overall though argue that 18 is better now than she was back then? Like if you take in everything that she has?
I've been thinking about stuff like that a lot lately because I recently did a video where I was talking with like LK, Lord Knight that is, and the Kill Sage. About like the most broken characters of all time and like comparing like season 1.
That video. That was a good discussion.
Yeah, and then comparing like the old version of Bardock, like the original version of Bardock to like Lab Coat and everything like that. And that's something I've continued to think a lot about. And then the more I think about it, the harder I think it is to compare just because the versions of the game are so different. Like if you take the current version of 18 and swap her with the old version, I think they're nearly the same.
Yeah,
in terms of like power.
Like, Communist Chris pointed out in my chat, like that's a good point. Is the old 17 call was very, very broken. So if she had the old 17 call today, man, that would be wild. Because back, I don't think that was season 1, but eventually his call was completely invulnerable. Like you couldn't hurt him.
Yeah, they've changed it multiple times too. Because like you also used to have no landing recovery on it, which is what let you mix up with her. That's not the case anymore. It has landing recovery on it now because they started giving landing recovery to a lot of things in this game. So they didn't want people getting mixed out of their shoes.
Yeah, they love landing recovery. It's like one of their favorite things.
Yeah, Gotenks auto combo, plenty of special moves. Bardock lariat.
One of my most hated things, I mean, it's pretty universal, but I still just hate it for baby, is J5S. JS, like landing recovery, like you don't know how many times that gets me into trouble. Like you do a JS and then you just land in pain. Ooh, I'm trapped. My key blast did not come back because you reflected it. So one thing from Ginyu's past that I would love to see back that is like that got shot at some point was Rikum. Rikum's the Ultra Bomber, where he does the long incantation.
Ultra fighting bomb.
Yeah, that used to beat Super Dash. Like it used to be, it acted like a Super Dash barrier. And I would give anything to have that back now. That was like the greatest thing ever, was to be able to put that up and not worry about Super Dash for like a moment. But they changed it to where now it just like blocks key blasts. And it's like, I'd rather have the Super Dash block.
Bro, I never reflect so much until I fight Ginyu because there's just so much stuff constantly being thrown at you. I'm like, get this shit off of me,
It's
bro.
appropriate. It's appropriate. Need a Raccoon emote? Definitely not a bad idea.
Cold? Am I cold? I mean, I'm just chilling.
I remember when this game was first coming out, and people were upset that 17 was an assist.
And then when he first came out, I remember the meme was 17's better as an assist for 18 than he is as an actual character, which wasn't true, but was hilarious.
It was hilarious. Yeah, 17 got clowned for so many years in this game.
Yeah, I mean, and he's had a lot of changes since his release, but
he has.
I think he was always better than people were giving him credit for. Myself
for sure.
included. He was definitely a character that had not been figured out.
I mean, because technically, when he came out, one thing that was kind of broken about him was his barrier. Because when he came out, his barrier, the counter attack part of it was like -5. And it was like that for like a long time.
Yeah. He had some crazy stuff, but no one used him back then except like X-Ice.
Like, yeah. Shout out to X-Ice. Like, yeah, can you imagine, bro, if his barrier follow-up was still -5? Like, good lord.
Nothing amazing happens.
And it's funny now how much everyone talks about the assists. I remember when that character came out, no one but me thought that assist was good, and then they made it better, and it's like, well, now it's too good. I'm like, okay, you know what? I should have shut the fuck up when he first came out.
Yeah, it's like, it's good. It's good. Like,
yo, Sue, thank you for the 12 months, a whole year being subscribed to the Asakura clan, homie. I greatly appreciate that.
It's like, I don't know, man. Like, I would rather fight against 17A than Vegito A. To be
I agree.
Yeah, you know? It's like, I don't really feel that one's as worth complaining about. People are always like, oh, they gotta nerf it. I was like, I don't know. It's good, but I mean, it's okay for an assist to be good, you know?
And people haven't learned the lesson about that yet, because we said the same thing about GTA, and then they nerfed it, and now everyone asked to have it back. And it's like,
bro, that is so crazy.
Fighting game players don't know what they really want.
That really is so crazy that, like, no one liked GTA until it got nerfed. But the funny thing is, I feel like when it got nerfed, no one outside of Japan was even using it anyway. I feel like they nerfed it to stop Japan from using it. Because Japan would not get off of that assist. Yeah, GTA was really good. Like, it was definitely like among the best assists in the game, but again, like, that's fine, you know? Like, sometimes things are good.
Yeah, it's okay for options to be strong.
Yeah, you know, I think that's like one kind of like negative thing that has come out of, like, you know, what fighting games have become now. Like, that's a huge debate in and of itself, whether or not you like, you know, games being patched frequently. But I think one negative thing to come out of that is that it's starting to seem like it's not okay for things to even be good.
Right. But then once that thing stops being good, people talk about they should give it back.
Yeah, you know, it's very weird.
Also, Bardock B, but we know who was the reason that assist got nerfed. I think that was intentional. I'm not gonna hold you.
Bardock B, yeah. Yeah, because Bardock B was just weird. It was a weird assist, like, because it's like a, I mean, it's a block stun assist, but it was trapping, so it seemed odd.
Oh, it was Kami, right? Yeah, it was no Kami. I'm telling you, bro, that patch was the YouTuber patch. They nerfed Yamcha because of Dado, they nerfed Base Vegeta because of me, and they nerfed Bardock because of no Kami. That was the YouTuber patch.
The YouTuber patch.
I'm so serious, bro. Especially because, like, who was playing those characters? At the time of that patch, who was playing those characters?
That's a good point.
They weren't even like, I mean, I think Sonic had just picked up Base Vegeta, but they weren't even using Rocket Kick like that. I made Rocket Kick a meme, Nokami made Bardock a meme, and Dado is just Dado. So they were just like, you know, fuck these characters specifically. That you know what it was? That clip of that Dado put on Twitter of Yamcha just doing like a million wolf fangs back to back to back. That's what that was.
Yeah. People definitely get things nerfed. I mean, we all know that what's his name? Lord Kazunoko has gotten many things nerfed. Kazunoko single-handedly created meter penalty.
Real shit.
That man trolled the game so hard that they invented meter penalty. Whoops.
Oh, I needed that. My 2H! No, what did I push? Did I get a 5H instead?
5, yeah, I saw that. As soon as I saw you dash, and I was like, damn, I got baited.
I was gonna say, yeah, hook, line, and sinker. I'm about to hit a home run with this green bastard, and then
I was like, damn, I got baited, and then I saw a sword.